Hey, it's Pat.
And it's Billy.
And these are our favorite things to do in New York City. You may have seen in one of our previous videos, but we are leaving New York City in a very short amount of time. And we thought we would share with you some of the special things that we like to do after living here for so long.
Yeah, I'd say everyone that lives in New York always has those New York moments, or the ones where you realize living here is really great, because a lot of times it's crazy.
Yeah.
So there's those moments you have where you're just like, oh, I love this place, and we want to share them.
It's great to find a really nice, fun neighborhood that you enjoy to live in, but one of our favorite things to do is to explore the outer reaches of New York City.
Yeah. My family is originally from Queens, so for me, when I met Pat, it was very easy for me to kind of be like, we gotta go to Queens, let's go to Queens. And you were like, why?
Exactly.
And I was like, because there are things to do in the other boroughs, and it's really fun to kind of see these cute neighborhoods with actual, like ethnic people that live there that really make a strong community bond there. So, like, I love going to Bay Ridge in Brooklyn. You go out by the Verrazano Bridge, which is
way
beautiful.
Out there, it's so
it's like an hour and 20 minutes on the train to get there from Midtown.
On the subway.
Yeah. And there's all these Italian families there with really good restaurants, and like the cousins of the family are all the waiters at the restaurant. The food is so good, and like we've been out to Flushing and Queens.
Yeah, which is like Chinatown, but not Chinatown like Canal Street in Manhattan. Chinatown like
so you don't have like all the tourists there, because you go to Flushing, and then that's where the actual like neighborhood of Chinatown is without a million tourists all over it.
And the dim sum is so good.
While going out to other boroughs and exploring different places is one option, one of our other favorite things to do is to find a different elevation to see the city from. Yeah,
change your point of view. So when you're in New York City, you're on the sidewalk, there's lots of really tall buildings, everything's tall, so you're always looking up. So it's
and bumping into people while you do it.
Yeah, basically. So it's always really good to like literally change your point of view and find like a friend that has a rooftop like we used to, or a rooftop restaurant or something that's not on the first floor. It can really be inspiring to see the city in a different way and like get you away from people a lot. Like you feel like you can breathe a little bit.
There's a real difference in like my first apartment I went to that had a roof was Christina's, my cousin, and I went up there, it was in the East Village, and it just was a time for me to look and reflect and absorb where I lived, because I could see everything around me, but I was just hanging out with my friends, having a nice relaxed weekend, and I didn't have to think about where I was going or what I was doing, but I knew I was in the city because I could see it and it surrounded me.
On that sort of similar note, one of my favorite really touristy things to do...
It's fun to be a tourist sometimes.
It is fun, but one of my favorite touristy things to do is to go to Top of the Rock. It's the top of Rockefeller Center. I'm not sponsored. I just really like it, and whenever I have guests that come to New York City for the first time...
They all want to go to the Empire State Building.
Yeah, and Top of the Rock is so much better.
Yeah.
It's cleaner, the line is shorter, it's newer and prettier, and like it's on literally like the 80th floor of Rockefeller Center, and you're on the top, like there's nothing above you, it's just you're on the roof and it's flat.
It's much more open and expansive. Like Empire State Building, you're kind of like in a cage.
Whenever people come to visit, I'm always like, oh, weird, let's
That's
go to the
actually
top
one
of
of the first things Pat did when we first started dating.
Yeah.
He brought me there, and I was like, really, we're gonna go do this? And I was like, oh, this is really nice up here, actually. And it wasn't cheesy, it was fun.
Yeah, and the elevator ride that takes you up is cool.
Yeah. One of my favorite things to do, and this is probably like once a year it happens, that we'll take one evening where we go out to a really nice restaurant with either friends or just each other, and we just eat and drink whatever we want, and we just don't really look at the prices, because living in New York, you're always on a budget. You're always watching how much you're spending. You gotta pay your rent. You know, you gotta be very careful. And it's nice, you know, at least once a year to do that. We went out to the Beatrice the other night, and we went with a few friends. It was a goodbye party, but like
so good.
We ate like almost everything on the menu. We had just bottles of wine coming out, and you know, we have to be careful. Everyone has to be careful with money, but it's nice when you get those experiences of going to like a very romantic, nice place where you know you're splurging.
It's nice to treat yourself, and it's also nice to have like the purpose of that night is the meal and the experience of eating out. Like it's not like I'm hungry, let's like eat somewhere, or it's not like, oh, we'll do this and then we'll get dinner and then we'll go to a movie, and then it's like the whole night is the dinner.
You are paying that money
because
you're having this experience.
And one of my all-time favorite things, it's kind of like about living in New York, but like, you know, there's a lot of concrete and steel and buildings and things, so I need some like live things in my life, and I love to go and buy flowers, which is so cheesy and so girly, but I don't care. They sell amazing fresh flowers like on every corner deli, and these tulips that I got were like $8, and it's totally worth it. And I love to have fresh flowers in the apartment. I love to have them on my desk at work, and I think my coworkers make fun of me, but secretly they like it. Also, like, houseplants are kind of tricky sometimes.
Yeah,
so
they
flowers,
die.
you just buy new ones.
So these ones you expect to die, so they're pretty while they last.
Yeah, so if you can, I guess you don't even have to be in New York City, but like, get some for yourself.
Yeah. I'm sure once we leave, it's gonna be...
It'll hit us.
It'll hit us. We're gonna realize we miss certain things, and, you know, we love this place. We love New York City.
And we'll be back all the time, so it's not goodbye.
Yeah.
It's see you later. Gator.
In a while.
Crocodile. Bye!
Bye! One of my absolutely favorite things, the wickedly talented.
We love to go see Adele
Dazeem.